Well, build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die. I want the chance that's buried in his eye. Well, he gave me bars, but I can see between to a dusty yard and a long gone green. They call that freedom, if you know what I mean. And I drown my sorrows, but the whiskey's gone. I'm sober.
Hello everybody, welcome to Quick Bang, first one of the new season. Another season of disappointment, heartache and last minute winners to get it right up fucking St Johnstone. So joined tonight by Kaiser Soze and by Leon. How you doing, boys?
Good, mate. Good.
Excellent. So Kaiser, you were first on the call this morning. I'll come to you first. What was your take on the afternoon's events?
It was a bit of a dogged affair. Like sometimes it was like watching that film Platoon with the Johnstone players. Just obviously, they were just rolling about left, right, and centre. I thought we looked good in patches. We're still obviously we've got to win the day. It's a positive day and stuff like that, but we're still needing to be a wee bit more clinical. I think the stat came out that we got 36 touches in the St Johnstone box and they got 5 in ours, which was evident for the game. I know what St Johnstone are like with the kind of a park in the bus and anti-fucking football tactics, but I thought a lot of our efforts maybe could have been a wee bit more clinical. Henderson, Melkerson, Bojan, I think we could have done a wee bit more with our chances, but they're not the easiest team to play against because they are anti-football, and just to come away with the result and the way that we done it at the end and the away support that we had, it was absolutely fantastic and it was really good to be at, and it's just a brilliant way to start the season. And
Leon, what about you? What did you make of it all?
Aye, pretty much okay. I said fucking Saving Private Ryan, fucking anything you want. It was like man down every time you went near one of the St Johnstone players, but that's we came out to play, and as soon as you went into 10 men, you knew it was going to be hard because I felt with 11 men, Hibs looked to me like scoring. Then as soon as they went into 10 men, it just gave them the excuse to sit in and time waste and slow the game down. And but grinding results like that is massive. Like first game of the season, 3 points on the table, and brilliant. I'm absolutely delighted with them because you were talking about like the touches in the box day. Because I think I taken a picture of the stats and it was like. It was 130 final third passes against 49 with Hibs, and it just showed you we turned the game to them, and they had no answer for it. It was just still struggling that wee bit, being really clinical in the final third. But I'm hoping that comes together the more they play together.
Lee Johnson said on the radio after I cut the interview, and he said as those relationships start to build and the players understand where they want the ball and what each player needs for each other, then that should improve, because he was bemoaning the sort of the quality in the final third as well. Leon, what did you think of the starting lineup?
I thought, obviously McGeady's injured and again he divides a lot of opinion, but I thought that looked like a very attacking side, and I thought it looked like probably a stronger side. I can't think anybody that should have maybe been in there. Obviously Hanlon's obviously another one that could maybe have been in, but I was really, really happy with it. We looked got fully, well, I can't remember really scoring goals, but fully goal scorers technically if you think about the positions the boys play in the park. I thought it was good. I thought the balance worked really well. I thought Kenna and Newell was obviously, it was frustrating me early doors in the game, but Newell and Kenna looked pretty good together as well in the middle of the park, so I was really happy with it, really happy.
And Kaiser had debuts for Chibraya and for Yuan. What did you make of those two?
I was calling him, was it Abara? I was calling him, I think, at the game. The left back, I thought he was brilliant. Do you know what? I think we lacked today people dropping the shooter and trying to skin players, and I think he was doing that on the left. And he just looks like he's got for his kind of a debut, that he looks like he's got a good bit of quality. Gear, I don't know, like as I said, I was behind the goal, so it was hard to kind of get like when you're trying to look through the middle at the players. So I like with Gear, Kenna, I seen a lot of Is it not pronounced Kibara? Is it?
Well,
Is it
I think when he said it in his interview, I'm sure it was Chibraya
Gibraya?
that he
Right.
said, but Cliff was calling Cabraja, I think.
I'm just
So-
calling cabbage. I'm just
Because
going to call cabbage.
I was shouting abracadabra and that one in the stands, like, but no, he looks quality. He looks like a really good addition. And that's what we need at left back. Obviously, losing Doig, we need that bit of quality. So hopefully, it's not just a wee magic Mike moment with the first appearance, like we got to Mitchell, and hopefully he steams on for that. But he does look quality. He looks like he'll take a player on and he can find a pass really well. So no, pretty positive stuff.
And he looked good defensively as well, Leon.
Aye, solid. I mean, Rocky was brilliant. Rocky was absolutely solid again. I think a lot of people obviously they're starting to change their opinion on him. Yeah, I hope that anyway. I felt he was the better of the two. I mean, Porteous was good. He was good in that, but I thought Rocky was absolutely solid. He was taking the ball out. He was breaking everyone up. He was getting in their way, winning headers, roughing them up a wee bit, and that's what you want for your centre half. So I thought we looked, and I think to be honest, every time Porteous and Rocky have actually played together, they look the sounder too. Like I feel like Porteous like peels off him a little better, lets him get into the headers and lets him get into like the rough and tumble, and then he obviously can start playing the ball out. But nah, I thought we looked absolutely solid.
Kaiser Rocky a wee bit lucky not to get pulled up for an elbow in the first half.
Aye, I seen that. It was. I think it was just that quick that he got away with it, and I think we got away with a couple. I think the red card incident. I think we had I can't remember who it was, but we had an identical tackle. Maybe 10, 15 minutes after that. And if you're getting that one as a red, you've got to get the other one as a red. So the referee was very inconsistent. And I think at times, the days, one of the days that's paid off for us, whereas before it maybe had it seems to work that way against St Johnstone, going down to 10 men and scoring right at the end, which is decent. But the referee wasn't great at all. And he was very inconsistent, but it didn't ruin the game for us, unlike it did it didn't even ruin the game for St Johnstone. They were never going to score the day, I don't think. They didn't have that. They're usually dependent on set pieces and things like that, and they just couldn't get anywhere near the box to pull that off. But no, I thought we were lucky today with the refs' performance. It didn't cost us losing a player, and it could have been two potentially with the elbow and then the challenge later on.
So, Leon, I'll get your thoughts on the two incidents. So, the first one, Murray Davidson got the red card. It was like a late challenge on Porteous. You had a chance to look at it back, and do you agree it was a red card? You could have got a yellow for it.
It was a harsh red card, like definitely. He likes to play cell about Davidson, and he's all hearted and he chucks his cell in, and he's like he leaves the boot in. Now I didn't care if that kind of things obviously played on the referee's mind as well, on the type of player is, because it used to happen to Ryan Porteous all last season, and Ken was like, they had this stigma against him. Maybe that's the same sort of situation that we didn't care about with St Johnstone. But it was a harsh red card. Like, it was a solid yellow, and they were obviously they tried to do the same thing with like Cabbage when he went through the boy, but he was on the ground. He slid on the ground, whereas obviously Murray was off the ground when he done it. So it's one of them. I think if you've seen it in a Premier League game or something, Ken, they get like to chuck the red cards in because their game's a bit more high tempo and a bit more safety with the players and that. But at your level, I'm a bit like it's a bit harsh. Like,
I thought the Davidson was on the radio after saying there were two identical challenges, and I don't think they were identical. They were similar, but Davidson's much higher when he's gone in. He's almost gone on him and Porteous' knee. Just about, so I could sort of understand it, but it's funny. I said to the wife,
when I first seen it, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, that's knee height challenge. I was like, that's right away. that's a shocker. When I very first seen it, obviously when I seen the replay, I was a bit like, it's maybe just a bit like
a bit under,
but it could have a wee bit higher, and that could have been a fucking horrible challenge.
I said to the wife, because all the Hibs players surrounded the ref, and I said, they came out of bothering and surround the ref. He's not going to send them off for that. That's a yellow card. He said when he comes with the red, I was like, I was just sharp there. So I don't care if it makes a difference to players having a go. But the referee seemed to be sort of taking advice for his earpiece as well. So they kind of the linesman's giving him a wee bit of steer on what to do with it as well, because he would have had a better view than maybe the ref did. Kaiser Chibraya's tackle, he was late in as well. Do you think there's an argument for a red there?
I see because obviously I was at the game, so you're not getting the benefit of a replay. The distance comes into it a wee bit as well, and I think maybe when I looked at it, I thought they were quite similar challenges. I could see them leaving the leg in. Couldn't really see how high the leg was up, but I mean, they've obviously got the rules now where it's the intent or if it's classed as dangerous, and it's pretty much down to the referee. If he thinks that that's dangerous, it's a red card, and that's where it ultimately comes to. And if that's going to go with VAR getting introduced, if that would maybe have changed, I don't know, but it's pretty much down to the referee to shout whether he thinks that's dangerous or not. And for where I was sitting, the both challenges look dangerous, so I think there is a case here. There are soft red cards, but I think there's a case for 2 red cards in the instance.
And then we kind of kept knocking the door. Lee Johnstone made some changes. He sort of threw some bodies forward. He mentioned changing the formation. So Campbell came on, Mitchell came on, Doidge came on. Is it only 3 subs you're allowed in the Premiership? I can't mind if there are any other subs, so if it's just like those 3 that...
I wasn't here, but I think that was the 3. I think it was just the 3.
And it made a difference. Obviously, we kind of kept pushing and got an injury time goal. Campbell or Rocky, there's a wee bit of debate about who got it. Do you have a decision on it?
I thought it was Campbell that finished that.
He came off the St Johnstone player, and he was standing right next to Rocky. Trying that's when I've seen a replay on it, and it's a different angle. And obviously Campbell's put it the direction, and it's actually, I think it was more going cross goal, and it's sort of deflected in off the defender. There was a camera angle for behind the goals. You'll see it.
Yep.
But no, Campbell's goal for me, like.
Just apologies if you had Rocky as first goal scorer. We've just done his whatever your bet was.
Sky well known for following us and taking no decision on it.
Aye, that's it. We get the email through. We make the call. Kaiser, what did you learn then about the Hibs today? Do you think that you didn't already know?
That if we can score, if we can beat St Johnstone and we can get a goal against St Johnstone, we can get goals against anybody. And I hope, obviously, with what's been going on, even the pre-season and the Falkirk game, the Morton game, I think that we just need to move on for that. I think everybody's got too hung up on the results, and ultimately it's not great to go out the League Cup, right? Nobody expects that, but we're all looking for a strong league performance, and I think the day's a marker. I think next week is so big, I don't even want to think about it because the butterflies haven't started yet, but next week is fucking massive for us. We've got the home advantage there. I think for what I've heard, they played all right, but I think what we learned today is that we're only got to be as bad off in the league as everybody thought we're going to be, and I'm not going to base that off of one result, but we controlled the game today. The only thing we couldn't do was what we've maybe been guilty in the past was being a wee bit more clinical, but we dominated the day. Even when they tried to play behind the ball and stop us playing football, we still managed to get out for the back and play football. And I think if we can do that against St Johnstone, who are anti-football, and we can turn that into a game and come away with a result, we can do that against anybody. And I think we need to just get behind everybody at the club and get behind the team and start thinking a wee bit more positively instead of basing the season on a couple of unlucky results against the lower league opposition.
That's a fair shout, mate. In terms of man of the match, then, Leon, who stood out for you for the Hibs?
Rocky Bashiri for me. Thought he absolutely controlled at the back and let us play forward there. So definitely him for me.
And Kaiser for you?
Kebraja, definitely. I know Rocky was the difference today, but obviously for the touches in the box, he stopped him playing. But Kebraja for me, just his performance and just obviously doing that on his debut was brilliant.
He'd be my second choice, like.
I think for me, I probably would have picked Chabrai just for it being his debut. He's not had any pre-season to come into a game like that and play like he did. I thought it was outstanding. Right, just before we wrap up, then we matter of an Edinburgh derby next Sunday. Kaiser, score prediction.
Right, myself. I think it's going to be 2-1 Hibs.
Take that. What about you, Leon?
1-0 Hibs.
I've got a wee feeling that it's going to be, there's no harm in saying that. Right, I've got a feeling it's going to be a very good weekend for Hibs next week, because I think Hearts will probably be the first opponent that will play that doesn't just sit in for a point or just try to kill the game. I think Hearts will come to Easter Road because they're full of confidence in that now. I think they'll come looking for a win, and I think our pace in the forward bits. We'll just wreak havoc here, and then we'll get in behind them, and I think we'll score a fucking load of goals. And I think it'll be a comfortable win for Hibs next week. We might concede. We might even concede first. I think if we concede first, we'll be in trouble. But I think if we score first, I think you're maybe looking at 2 or 3 minimum.
Take that.
On the cards, eh? That's what I'm going for, eh? Anyway, I'm high as anything. I've been on the heroin all day. So, right, guys, thanks very much for coming on. We'll wrap up there. First quick bang of the season in the can. Listen out if you're a subscriber, and you can subscribe at longbangers.hubwave.net. We'll have Longbangers out tomorrow night with a couple of new features in it to watch out for, and Longbangers Extra Time, which is our subscriber exclusive content. So if you've got any talking points for the game, send us a wee tweet and we'll include them. And until then, we'll catch you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink water, no.